The book I'm about to bring to life is a science fiction thriller based on the book The Birthday Song, written by Jazmine Twitty. This is Season 1, Episode 6. Junior opens his eyes after only closing them to blink. He's laid out somewhere with his ear suctioned into cement. Jimmy Jr. lets out a sigh of discomfort as he lifts his cheek from some sort of concrete driveway. He was just at home, standing by the window with his dad's dusty junk files, hoping and wishing the day of his doom would be over. How could he be here? What was once a dark and rainy day is now something completely different, because here it's a sunny, clear and beautiful day. He focuses his eyes onto the detail of the concrete and sees oil stains. Driveway? He asks himself. Suddenly there was a sound of a squeaking door. It sounded like the door was slowly opening, then it slammed shut. "I knew you'd make it. I knew it. I never doubted you, kiddo," the voice said. Junior comes to his knees, and then one leg at a time, he comes to his feet. He looks into the direction the voice is coming from. This person is starting to run towards him so fast that he can't follow him with his eyes, let alone fight him off if he wants to hurt him. He recognizes the voice from somewhere, but he can't quite put a finger on it. "Son, it is me, your dad," the man shouts. Right at that moment, he remembers the very strong and authoritative tone from 10 years ago. It was his father. Jimmy Jr. immediately began asking a list of questions. "Dad, but how? Where have you been? Where are we? Where's Mum? How did I—" Senior interrupts. "Son, come on in." Senior welcomes his son into a very elegantly designed home. There were the most bright and shiny decorations he'd ever seen. Whoever designed this place had skills. Everything was modern, but not just up to date. These things looked very futuristic. Just on the other side of the front door stood some sort of human-like machine handing over a cigar to Jimmy Sr. It was already lit. It gets better than that. There was another woman-like machine standing in the kitchen asking, "What would you two like for dinner today?" Jimmy Jr. turns away from the woman-like machine and looks up to his dad and asks him, "Where are we?" Senior tells the woman-like machine to pour a glass of water. She listens and responds, "Okay, Mr. Weisenheimer, I will pour you a glass of water, but please tell me if you'd like for it to be hot or cold." "Son, you don't drink hot water, do you?" No, Dad," Junior responds. Senior chuckles, "I didn't think so," and tells the woman-like machine, "Cold, please." The silver woman-like machine started to press icons on the touchscreen refrigerator, and it stood there for about 15 seconds with its hands on its hips. Out of nowhere, there was a different set of hands extending from the machine with a glass of water. Junior's water. The woman-like machine grabs the glass and zip-zops her robotic legs over to Junior. It gives him the glass and says, "Let me know if you need anything else." Junior sits there on the new sofa and drinks his glass of water. He figures that if Dad offered it to him, it should be safe, even if a robot had something to do with it. His father looks at him and tells him, "Listen, son, years ago, when you weren't thought of, I was working on a project. This project was going to change the world. I believed in it. It took me about 2 years to make it. Think of it like one of your finals for science class. That's serious. I would gather my cigars and go down into my basement most evenings to work on it. I had everything planned and organized. I would get lonely sometimes. I was either at the university or the basement. Either way, I was always working. I had no companionship, no romantic helper, and I couldn't cook if it were to save the world's existence, son. So I started taking walks out at Raspberry Gardens. That's where I met your mother. Time went on, and then you were born. Stay tuned for Season 1, Episode 7.